Hi guys, so today we're going to be looking at a magazine called Ferment. It's a subscription magazine. It's a monthly subscription magazine. It's to do with beer and hops and things like that. And you basically have a subscription and you collect different beers and you obviously taste them and try them out. And you also get this for free with it. It comes with it, so it's a subscription that I like and I enjoy collecting, and thought I'd share it with you. So yeah, this is the front page. You've got quite an interesting artwork really. You've got, I believe that's a leopard gecko holding a hop or something, and you've got some guy with a beer attached to a vine of hops or something. And yeah, it's quite a colourful front page, to be honest. You've got some eyes and you've got a nose, and some guy with an eye as a face watering what looks like the hop plant. So, and this one's called Heroes of Beer. So this one, I believe, is issue something along the lines of 57 or something, so they've been going for some time, but I haven't got the very first edition. But it's okay, you know. I heard about it ages ago, but I thought I'd go for it now really. And if I'd have known about it sooner though, I think I would have got the first edition to it. So yeah, that's the first page, the front page anyway, the front cover. So you've got Lost and Found a Beer. You've got L and an S, which is and found. So that's something which LOS and found. So lost. There you go. There's the T. And they're quite a good brewery. I've had a few beers from them before, and that's one of their fairly new ones, I think. It's called R23 and a session IPA. It says hold it down, cross it out, hold it up. Yeah, you don't want to be holding a beer downwards because you'll definitely spill it. So then you've got the next page. You've got Beer 52 bottle shop, so they're advertising their store, and they've got a lot of different beers on there. Quite a big selection really. Yeah, they've got all sorts really, and they're all different countries as well. So you can have ones from the US, you can have ones from Romania, Bulgaria. You can have lots of different European countries. You've got Germany, France, Swiss beers as well. So all different types of beers, and lots from the UK as well. Lots from the UK, because the UK has a lot of breweries at the moment. So you've got beer52.com/shop. Spend £50 for free delivery. Order by 4 PM for next day delivery. Reinforced bottle packaging, so they're quite sturdy when they get delivered to your door. So this page is about this is obviously like the very introduction of the book, but you've got this here, so you've got a little reference at the bottom about Thornbridge as well. And Thornbridge Brewery is a really good brewery. They make good beer, and they've got a lovely statue here of a lady, sort of in like a dress or something. And behind there is a really nice, like old-fashioned mansion that they sit, and they brew their beers in a really old, it is basically a mansion. It's really nice. And yeah, I'd love to visit personally, but I haven't been. It's a beautiful looking sort of mansion really. So yeah, this is the kind of introduction. So you've got the guy I think he's got Richard. I believe he's the one that. There you go, Richard Crowsdale. So he's the one that kind of edits the magazine. And it gives you information as well on the lead designer and the designers, advertising, cover illustrations and things like that. So it's published in Edinburgh, which is in Scotland. So that's where they're based anyway. That's where they source their beers and stuff. So yeah, you've got the contributors to the magazine. The contributors. You've got this thing here. It just tells you a little bit about wasted beers and stuff. So 5 different beers you were saving for a special occasion, but ended up drinking on a Tuesday night watching Pyro, which is an old-fashioned sort of spy kind of program. I don't know if they have it in different countries like the US, but it's a kind of spy program. That's a little bit of a joke, this thing, just 5 different events in the category of a funeral or wake, sorry for your loss. One last beer that you shouldn't have had, and now you're drinking at work with a stinking headache. And you badly need cheesy carbs. What else have you got? Feigned enthusiasm. So check into 5 different beers that your friend brewed, which aren't that good, but you're too polite to say so. And then you've got ales of the unexpected, untapped takeover. This month, ales of the unexpected are running untapped, and they're releasing a new set of badges for you to unlock. So it's a little bit of a joke, really. You've got the contents page here. This is the Salt Brewery, based in Saltaire in Yorkshire, the UK. It's a lovely looking brewery, as you can see. You've got so you've got the shop right there. You've got this lovely, vivid, bright sign there that says the purpose of a beer is to create pleasure, which is true, in my opinion. It's a good social drink to have with your friends and family and things like that. You've got the stage there as well, so you've got the salt stage. You've got all the like mash tun and things like that, all the brewery stuff that they use to brew the beers there. And just the contents page here to tell you like which page to go to for different things. So this page is about Quite Right. So so it's about Buxton Brewery. So I guess the word Quite Right is referring to something along the lines of a small brewery, but they're kind of trying to make themselves big, because there's a lot of small breweries trying to kind of get bigger really in the business, because there's a lot of competition amongst each other. And it's a similar thing with food chains as it is with beer. And that's the thing about competition. You have to keep making different beers, especially as a brewery, to get into that competition. Make sure that you're kind of known by your consumer base. And it's the same with like food chains. Like you need to keep making different things to make people interested, or just anything, any business. You need to, keep things fresh and moving. Because if you sell the same things, you probably won't get as much attention. So yeah, Buxton Brewery. Bit about them, bit of information about them there. You've got just a bit more information on them. How they wash their beers here. And how they wash the bottles, and this is their brewery right here. You've got the wheat here. You can see the bottle caps here, they're purple bottle caps. I'm not sure if they're all purple bottle caps from their brewery, but I personally like to collect bottle caps. I think they're quite cool to look at when you've collected all different colours and stuff. Pretty cool. But yeah, this is another sort of area of the staff of the brewery. You've got just different pictures really, sort of showing the brewery and what they're doing on their everyday sort of jobs. They must be the head brewers or something along them lines. Yeah, I strongly dislike hype and feel it's not a nice way to do things. So I guess that's a sort of view of. So hype is like something which, you know, everyone's really excited about. These guys don't really like that. Or the head brewer. I'm going to show that. So this is the 5 Points Brewing Co. I believe they're based in London in the UK. And that's their brewery, I think. The Paybury Tavern or something. So a little bit about them as well. I think it's East London as well, as it says East. 10 years ago you could just about count the number of breweries operating in London on both hands. You now need a lot more hands. As of 2019 there were over 120 breweries calling the capital home, with a brewing culture that mixes both centuries old heritage and cutting edge innovation. There's no doubting that London is now one of the most noteworthy cities within the global beer scene, but the essence of what makes London's brewing culture so vital is not its worldwide reach, but how it's entrenched in the community and what it means to be local. So yeah, that's a little bit about them. They have these particular designs on their cans. They're all the same basically, but they're just different colours. So you've got white at the top, and then you have like the blue or the red or the green at the bottom. So yeah, that's their sort of style they go with. And when you go to the pubs, the 5 Points Brewing Co. pubs, they'll have these pentagons as their like displays for their beers. So you'll know, because they've got a very unique shape. I don't think any other sort of breweries have this. It's a very unique shape, and you'll know it's a 5 Points beer if you go to a pub and you see that sort of shape here. So yeah, that's the 5 Points. Just a little bit more about them. I think they're the head brewers anyway, these guys here, and you've got another picture of the brewery right here. A little bit about them. So the 5 Points still sells around 80% of its product in London, but now, as many young British breweries, the 5 Points eyes growth and expansion in busy London market, short on affordable industrial real estate. This presents a challenge if the brewery is to maintain the Hackney identity that sits at the core of its being. This is all more true considering that to achieve this desired growth, it will need to break out of its London stronghold and find that national relevance. If we'd known the rate at which we would grow, we'd have looked for larger premises at the outset, not to mention a larger brew house. Mason remarks, we found ourselves buying a new brew house at double the size within 2 years of starting, and we will inevitably have to find a new, larger, fit-for-purpose premises in due course. So yeah, that's just a little extract really about them, and the fact that they're getting bigger and they're going to try and expand. Yeah, so the thing is about the growth, these breweries, they just get bigger and bigger, so they have to obviously, you know, make themselves bigger by expanding their business and you know, making their presence in different areas and stuff. So that's the thing, and that obviously costs more money, but you'd think that as a business it would make more money as well for these small breweries. There's that lovely statue again of that lady with that lovely hedge behind her, and you've got that lovely old-fashioned house there. A bit about Thornbridge, as I was saying earlier. So, cracking beer and lovely people, spitting distance from the Peak District and Sheffield, so that's where they're based. So that's sort of north, sort of in Yorkshire, and the Peak District is just a separate area, but it's still north of the UK. it's probably fair to say that we'll take any excuse to visit Thornbridge, so as soon as I heard we'll be basing an entire Beer 52 box around his annual Big Ender Festival, I was straight into the car, ensuring room in the boot for a couple of carry-out cases. For those not already familiar, Thornbridge was established in the grounds of the grand old house with which it shares its name. So there we go, that's the mansion. The grand old house is basically a mansion anyway. While the production brewery has since moved to a more spacious accommodation a short distance away, the original kit is still up and running, and its features from the house can be found on every bottle and can it produces. Basically their cans have this design. So right here, if you can see it on camera, this kind of cool design is on every single can. So you've got it up here as well, this lovely bit here. This is basically the design of that grand old house that they brew in, and it's a really nice design. You see that on every single can. Even their their special beers and stuff that they brew, and collaboration beers, you will see this design everywhere, from all different colours as well. So you get like orange, blue, reds, greens, everything. Since its Garden Shed foundation back in 2005, Thornbridge has deservedly gone on to become one of the UK's most respected and successful craft breweries, whose flagship beers can be found all over the country. So yeah, they're a really well-known brewery now. They started from nothing really in 2005, which is not really that long ago, to be honest, considering some breweries out there are have been going for many years. So yeah, they're quite a well-known brewery. And also they make really fantastic beers, so really good stuff. So these are the two founders of the brewery, these guys here, and there we go. So you can see the pictures there. You can see the design that they have on every single can, and it's really nice and pretty. And their bottles, they even have this design on them as well. So I can see, so the orange can right here is called Jaipur, which is like an Indian kind of style beer, but it's really nice. It's fairly bitter, but it's really nice. And you've got Green Mountain, which is a New England IPA. It's a lovely orangey, citrusy, kind of hazy beer, which is lovely. I can't remember what this one is, but I've seen it about, and apparently it's really good. And they're lovely wooden barrels in the background, lovely pictures. Simon Webster and Rob Lovat, they're the founders of Thornbridge, really good brewery. A little advertisement about beef jerky and biltong. I'm not really personally a great fan of beef jerky and biltong, but I know that some people are. You can get it from Sainsbury's, Tesco, Asda, Spar, One Stop. These are shops in the UK. I'm sure you can get stuff in different countries such as the US and stuff. I'm sure it's very popular in the US as well as the UK. So it's basically made from 100% lean beef, as it says. So, another advertisement at the bottom here. You've got make your own craft beer. So you've got a little box you can kind of open and make your own beer, basically. If you've never made your own craft beer at home, check out MYO's range of easy-to-follow craft beer kits. You can find them in the range. You can choose from American IPA, Irish Stout or Premium Lager. Try them all and look out for the limited edition styles too. So I guess the Irish Stout would taste a little bit like Guinness. Guinness is an Irish Stout, and the range is a shop in the UK, which is kind of like a home store shop. it sells all different things, but it sells. It's a bit like B&M as well, so you've got all different stuff that they sell. Homeware, they sell food, all different stuff really. So yeah, this bit you've got another picture of the Thornbridge Brewery inside. You've got these all different coloured pipes that go to the different tons, mash tons and stuff, or the different filtration systems that are needed to make a beer. You've got these barrels here that they fill the beer with. That to me looks like pure water that they use to brew, maybe. You've got a guy standing there, looks like on his phone. But yeah, it looks fairly big really. If you used to see the whole of this brewery, it'd probably be massive. Big warehouse kind of thing. The growth of beer festivals in the past 2 years has just been incredible. So I think that beer festivals are really like a fantastic way to try different beers, and you can find them pretty much anywhere nowadays. And there's a lot of them that come in the summer, because obviously summer is a good time to drink beer, to be honest. It's a great time to drink with your friends and family, and particularly have barbecues when it's nice and sunny and warm. So yeah, it's a great time to have beer really, and try different beers. And it's also a great opportunity to try ones that you've never tried before, because beer is quite a vast drink really, alcoholic drink, and there's so much variety. You've got different ones, you've got IPAs, so India Pale Ales, you've got stouts, yeah, as it says down there, Irish stout, you've got lagers, you've got hazy IPAs, you've got red IPAs, all different stuff, and they all taste completely different from each other as well. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to try all these different beers when you go to these beer festivals. So this is Fierce Brewery. Must be some worker from Fierce Brewery in Scotland. I've had Fierce beers before, and they always have these really funky designs on them. Like for example, you've got like a walrus or like a shark or something, and it's usually like an angry animal, like roaring or something, like a tiger roaring or something along those lines. That must be their main kind of shop / brewery. You've got people socialising there. I would love to visit those guys because they make really good beers. So I'll just read a little bit about them. When I started editing Ferment back in 2015, so that's when these guys came out in 2015. So it's quite a long time ago. So if I'd have started purchasing their subscriptions, I may have started from 2015 really, which is quite a long time ago. So I would have had loads of magazines. One of my first interviews was with a brand new brewery called Fierce Beer out of Aberdeen. So they were formed in 2015 then. I remember being hugely excited by Louise and Dave Grant's passion for experimental flavour combinations and their foodie approach to recipe creation. But I also reminded myself that being fairly new on the job, I was probably just easily impressed, and that Fierce was most likely par for the course. 3 years later, I know that my first reaction was quite correct. This is a special brewery, brewing special beers, and the whole team's ambitious spirit has, if anything, grown stronger. It's been pretty non-stop since I first came across the Fierce team. The brewery itself has gone through expansion after expansion, constantly trying to get ahead of ever-increasing demand and hectic brewing schedule, covering a never-ending stream of creative new releases. A new Fierce bar opened in Aberdeen City Centre last year, closely followed by another in Edinburgh's famous Rose Street early this year, where I now basically live. I guess these guys from Ferment they live in Scotland as well, so it's not really too far for them to travel. But for myself, who doesn't live in Scotland, it would be perhaps a train journey or something, or a drive. It's 20 taps feature. Love it. Sorry about that. Largely Fiz's own brews, but also a selection of the best from the team's other favourite breweries. Throw in a seasonal beer garden and a well-stocked back bar, and it's easy to see why the seats are consistently full by 7 PM on a weeknight. So that's basically showing that they're really popular, guys. They make really good beer. And the popularity is important, you know. Like if you've got a reputation for good beer, then people will come and visit, you know. They'll come and visit because they know that you make good beer and you have a reputation, you have something which is trusted. So yeah, there we go. These are different guys. So Gibson Hill, they're called. They're one of London's most well-loved new breweries. The Gibson Hill, yeah. In the 5 years since they broke onto the local beer scene, so they've only been around since like 2016, 2017. So this magazine was last year, I believe, so 2021. So they haven't been around for long at all, really. Hepcat has become an all-time favourite, and their distinctive cans have graced fridges from Hoxton to their Highlands. This is a long time brewing, so we've decided to catch up with Sam McMeekin, who started the brewery with co-director